for Recurve Sunday. Session number 1 is focused on the team medal matches. Now it looks a little grey. It's not sunbathing weather, but it's good conditions for our schedule this morning. The women's team gold medal match followed by the men's gold, and then we'll have both bronze and gold in the mixed team event. But we start with the women's team gold medal match. And it's a big one. Mexico coming through the top of the order, beating the USA early doors. India are on cracking form here in Paris, and they will face Mexico for gold very shortly. In fact, here they come. The Indian team leading out Mexico for this gold medal match. I'm Karim Bashir, and joining me in commentary is former world number 1 Nikki Hunt. Nikki, India, they've been a really great surprise package here.
They really have. We've not seen them much on the circuit this year, missing the second World Cup, but Deepika Kumari is going to feature in 3 finals today.
Just waiting for our third Mexican. Time for the team introductions. A big crowd here today. A lot of the archers and delegation in that crowd as well, but testament to the organisers for putting this event on. The third Hindustan Archery World Cup of the season, successfully held here in Paris, along with the other 2, Guatemala City and Lausanne. Mexico lining up with Ida Rahman, Alejandra Valencia and Ana Vasquez. India with Komalika Bari and Kita Bakat and Deepika Kumari. Actually saw Kumari there breathing quite heavily, trying to control the nerves.
Yeah, this is a high pressure event. You know, you're on the big stage, all the cameras, so keeping calm is really important.
So this is it, the gold medal match, and it will be Alejandra Valencia of Mexico to get us underway. Just hitting the line for a 10, a good sighter to start things off. We'll go on 2 rotations through the archers, 1 arrow each in each of the rotations. Now that is a very special hat she's wearing today, Ida Rahman.
Certainly going to keep any rain off that we saw like yesterday if that happens again.
The youngest of the Mexicans, Ana Vasquez, at 20 years old, is the world number 36. Not a bad start at 28 through the first rotation. Set system here, Nikki, as well.
That's right, so we're going to shoot best of 4 sets. So basically the golden number is if you can hit 5 set points. Winning a set gives you 2. If you tie, just 1. So first to 5 points.
Good start from Ankita Bakat. Handing over to the 19-year-old Bari. This is a really good start from India. And here is their superstar, Deepika Kumari, featured in a Netflix documentary not so long ago.
Yep, Women's First, fantastic documentary on Netflix. Check it out.
Yeah, really good insight into her backstory and the struggles that she has faced on the way to the top. And she has qualified for the Olympic Games as well, Kamari. But here, Valencia popping another one into the 10.
Bonito 10, a las 12, muy bien, necesito. Bonita, bien tirada. Prepárala, tienes tiempo. Trabajo bien mi disparo. Fuerte y segura. Bien, 9-7 a las 12, bien tirada. Muy bien.
Well, looked to be a 9 to finish for a 57. So that is a gettable target for India, but they can only afford to drop a single point over the next 3 arrows, and that to draw level. There is the single point, so it leaves Kamari needing a 10 to square up the set point each. If she does, just clipping the line for a 10 and a 57, so all square in the first set, 1 point apiece. A good start as well.
Really is a good start. I mean, this is a really interesting dynamic between these two teams. They met in the first World Cup this year back in Guatemala, and it went to a shoot-off. It went all the way, and India won on that shoot-off 27-26. And, you know, Mexico went on to then make the gold medal final again at the second World Cup. They lost that time to Italy. But last week, Mexico won the Olympic quota tournament. And I just see this team now as much more confident, much more happy in their team. You know, they're shooting a lot better. So it's going to be really interesting to see now how they perform.
Yeah, they did do that last weekend, but it wasn't without some issues. It wasn't until they were very, very tense at the beginning in Mexico in that Olympic qualifier, and it was only when they sort of let their hair down and relaxed and started smiling and chatting to each other that you really saw the form of the team. And we expect this to be the Mexican team at the Olympic Games, don't we?
Yeah, we do. You know, I think, you know, there's just so much pressure on that event. Of course, they were tense, they were nervous. I mean, but they went on to win the quota tournament against USA in the final with they shot a perfect shoot-off as well. You know, I think that just solidified their team, and be interesting to see what they can do.
Well, all square after set number 1, and it's Valencia back up to start things for Mexico in set 2.
8.8 a las 4. Venga, venga. Al centro, protocolo de tiro. Seguro el disparo. X, muy bien, así. Así. Venga, bien trabajadita.
You know, potentially a bit of a mistake from Alejandra on that first arrow, but then, you know, talking immediately with the team, smiling about it. You know, mistakes happen, you know, and it's how you react and giving the teammate the right information to get that 10 next time.
That's drifted out to the left. So, archery, a game of pressure and opportunity. The opportunity is here for India. I think you had Deepika Kamari there saying good shot, marked for a measure. Initial thoughts?
I think that's probably touched the line.
See Kamari there in the middle of the 3, providing her support. Well, number 3. Nate with her first arrow, the first set. She has found the middle of the target here, though.
Yes. Sí, ese es el disparo. Venga. Trabájala ya. Tú sabes cómo. Firme y segura.
A 9 at 70 metres is a great shot, but I'm sure India are looking at that thinking there is another opportunity there. Ana Vasquez, the 20-year-old, the youngest on the team, anchoring the Mexicans, pops it up into the 8 by the looks of things. It's marked for a measure, so one arrow for the Mexicans could be marked up. Let's call it a provisional 53. 57 available to the Indians. So still a big opportunity here. We've got to assume Mexico get marked up to a 53. So a 9 to draw level, a 10 to take the points. Oh, the best shot of the match so far. And there's the smile from Deepika Kumari. Definitely the set goes to India and they will lead 3-1. Is the pressure slightly off the Indians because they haven't qualified for the Olympic Games? Deepika Kumari, of course, taking the one female spot for the Indian team. But the pressure's all on these guys, isn't it?
Yeah, Mexico are going to be here to, this is the last chance really to show what they can do in front of, the rest of the world ahead of the Olympics. So, there will be a bit of pressure from that, but I think, they're probably a bit more relaxed than they were at the beginning of the week, and, both these teams want to win. It's a World Cup medal at the end of the day, and, both teams really want that gold.
Taking a look back over some of the shots and that very bold hat Ida Rahman is sporting today. Didn't see that last weekend.
No, I haven't seen that one before.
Trying to tease Nikki Hunt out on the fashion sense of the Mexican women's recurve team, failing abysmally.
It's Ida's style, she's full of flair, full of fun. And
that's what I was looking for. There's some big characters in that Mexican team, not least Ida Rahman. Saw some relaxed faces on the Indian side of the shooting line as well. Smiles from Deepika Kumari, who sealed the set points in the second set. So Mexico trailing 3 set points to 1 and will lead us out for set number 3.
Just looking at the conditions down the range and that lovely wide angle we had then, and there's feather flags all the way down the side of the field. Nothing's moving out there at all. The digital windsock, I think, said 0.1. Doesn't get much better than this.
Big contrast from last weekend.
Yeah, we had swirling winds in the stadium, the flags moving in different directions from where the archers were shooting to the targets, and yeah, much more difficult because you just didn't know where to aim, but it's definitely down the centre today.
We're just on the line there, so getting the higher score, a 29 through the first rotation for Mexico. Good bit of pressure put on to the Indian team. Kamalika Barry. Very relaxed going into full draw. Staying focused on the target. India will trail by a minimum of 1 point at the halfway stage in this third set. Well, clearly a bit of communication going on there. Perhaps a slight over-correction from Kumari.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they just look so composed, don't they? Just so relaxed, calm, following their processes. Really impressive.
Well, a real contrast from last weekend at the final Olympic qualifier here in this stadium, where Mexico came out and they looked jittery and nervous right from the start of this match. They're looking very relaxed and enjoying themselves.
Bien, bien, bien. Venga. Entras con 15. Trabaja tu disparo. Lo tienes hecho, Pau. Dale su tiempo. Levantas con 8. Dale su tiempo. No lo aceleres. Profundo el anclaje. 3, 2, 1.
Well, they used up a lot of their time there. 54 is the result, with the pressure on for Ana Vasquez anchoring the team. India have got a chance here. And that is a way to capitalise on the opportunity. They've got a chance here to put this to bed in 3. Well, the 8 means a 55 is still available. Deepika Kumari steps up. The only Indian female qualified for the Olympic Games. Needs a 10 to take gold here in Paris. Oh, what a lovely shot there from Deepika Kumari. The Indians have done this in 3 sets. What a performance, Nikki.
Absolutely fantastic. They looked composed, didn't they? Relaxed all the way through. Fantastic shooting against, a really strong Mexican team as well. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and respectful celebrations from the Mexicans. They almost look happy that the Indians have won it. Of course, good preparation for them. The last chance to compete under high pressure here in Paris before the Olympic Games in Tokyo. Oh, that's just a tantalising 20-something days away, the Olympic Games. And we'll see Deepika Kumari there, who anchored India to the gold medal. India have taken the women's compound team gold here at the final stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. Well, 1 out of 3 for Deepika Kumari. She's in all 3 gold medal matches here, Nikki. How much, as former world #1 and having competed in both disciplines internationally, how important is it to get some prep on medal day?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, for her to come out here and shoot in 3 different finals, be on this stage, it's so difficult to recreate the pressures of this stage with the cameras in front of you. You can hear the shutters going off of the cameras, and it's like nothing else. You can do so much mental preparation, and I know Kumari has spent a long time doing a lot of mental preparation, which is something she spoke about she missed out in previous years, and she's probably the best prepared she's ever been, but the result today might take her up to world #1, and going into that Olympics and that status is big.
Well, let's go and have a chat with the winners here in Paris.
Huge congratulations, you won the World Cup in Paris. Kamalika, how does it feel?
I'm feeling very good and very कैसे बोले बहुत खुशी हो रहा है बहुत very happy.
Ankita, it was very close match, and how did you manage to control your nerves?
Yeah, we shot confidently, very confidently.
Deepika, you will shoot again today. So was it a good preparation for the individual semi-final?
Yes, I prepared very well, and I'll try my best for the upcoming match.
Okay, thank you very much once
Thank
again.
you.
Huge congrats.
Thank you.
Well, clearly, they're very focused. They'll prepare very well for the upcoming match. Deepika Kumari says they're gold for India. They looked very relaxed and very ready, and it's quite a young team, isn't it? Kumari being the oldest at 27.
Year-old and a 23-year-old with her as well, and yeah, I mean they haven't had the best year in terms of they weren't able to go to, I think it's Hindustan. They travelled to the first World Cup, but even without all that kind of pressure out here on the World Cup, they've been shooting fantastically well, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have, and it has been a tricky year for everyone, but of course India having difficulties with their travels for obvious reasons, we've spoken about many times before. But it's great that they've been able to put this tournament on here in Paris, and it's great to see a very limited crowd, but it's still a crowd, and having the athletes being supported by not just the delegates and the other athletes on their teams, but also by some of the people here in Paris. We're starting to get back to something a little bit more like normal.
Yeah, it's really good to see. It's important for the sport to have those spectators, come in usually. I think we saw some school children earlier in the week to come and watch some of the Olympic qualifying events, and it's really important for them to watch different sports and see what they can get involved with.
Yeah, it certainly is. Inspiring the next generation of potential archers. And it's a popular sport here in France.
It really is. Yeah, France have got whole academies throughout the country, different centres. I think they also incorporate their schooling alongside their archery. So, yeah, some fantastic competitors coming through.
Yes, and of course, Paris will be hosting the next Olympic Games after Tokyo. And pleased to say, the Hindustan Archery World Cup Tour will be here for stages in 2022 and 2023 in preparation for the archery at Paris 2024. And the French will be happy because they've got a medal as well.
Medals will be presented by organizing committee president. Les médailles seront remises par le président du comité d'organisation, Monsieur Jean-Michel Clairoy. Bronze medal representing, médaille de bronze représentant la France.
Well, here they are, the French women's team. Adicium, Barbalan and Kernday. Barbalan has been on terrific form recently, hasn't she?
Yeah, she really has. We've seen her at the European Champs as well, shooting really, really well. She won the continental qualifying Olympic spot there as well, so fantastic form from her this year.
Yeah, and looking determined, but it was great. Also, she shows her emotion, which is always fantastic, especially after this long break and seeing international sport. Mexico booked their place for the Olympic Games in a few weeks' time, but they weren't quite up to India and take the silver medal here in Paris. Ida Roman, Alejandra Valencia and the youngster Ana Vasquez with silver. Contenders, do you think, in Tokyo for a medal?
Yeah, I think they really could be. Very experienced. Two of them prior Olympians. Ida, a silver medalist from London. So yeah, they've got the potential.
Well, India haven't qualified a women's team for the Tokyo Olympic Games. Pressure off perhaps a little bit here, but Deepika Kumari anchoring the team will be going as an individual to Tokyo here in Paris. They've taken gold. And Kita Bakat, Kamalika Bari and Deepika Kumari. potentially could be on for 3 medals here today. The first one is a gold. Recurve women's team of India, the champions of Paris.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Mesdames et
Well,
Messieurs.
not for the first time.
Pour l'hymne
We're going
national
to celebrate
de la
with the Indian national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes. Mesdames et messieurs, veuillez applaudir chaleureusement nos athlètes.
Bit of emotion there from the Indian team. Anisa Barbalat showing what a great athlete she is. Congratulating the Indians for their win. The obligatory selfie. See that on podiums in all sports these days, don't we?
Good fun.
Something for the scrapbook. They don't exist anymore. They're all digital now.
Your digital scrapbook, yeah. Facebook, isn't it? I think. Memories that the kids got.
Don't know what
new
these
things
things
now.
are. Here are the final rankings for the recurve women's team. India, top of the pile, beating Mexico, who have prepared well for the Olympic Games in Tokyo coming up, and France also taking a medal here on home soil with bronze. Brilliant performance from the Indian team so far here in Paris, but that's the recurve women's team competition done and dusted. Coming up very soon, we'll move on to the men's gold medal match. Well, the smiles all round for the Indian team as we take a look back on their 5-1 victory over Mexico for the gold medal here in Paris. Brilliant performance from Bari, Bakat and Kumari to take gold here. A little peek into the future of Indian women's recurve. Now an incredibly strong team, and the emotions flowing out as the national anthem was played. Really great to see after such a long break. Women's teams done and dusted. Men's teams coming up very soon.
Bien sûr, les demi-finales et maintenant la grande finale pour la médaille d'or. Les Allemands favoris. Premier des qualifications, les Belges ont terminé 22e de ces qualifications. Et les deux équipes ont réalisé un superbe parcours. Les Allemands ont battu la France en demi-finale alors que la Belgique a battu